Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? What's up? How's everybody doing today? For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is David Augustin, and today I got something pretty special that I wanted to talk about. Today I wanted to talk about the advantages as well as the disadvantages of having too much pride. All right, and being cocky rather than being confident. All right, there's a huge difference, when it comes to having pride and everything like that versus when it comes to not being able to have confidence in yourself. And I want to speak a little bit about pride, really, just really quickly. Pride is a double-edged sword. All right, what do I mean by that? Um, it's always good to have pride. Okay, it's always good to believe in yourself, and it's always good to to walk straight. To basically walk with your mindset. Okay, I walk into a room, I know that I'm the baddest mf'er in the room, right, and everything like that. So it's always good to have that, but having too much pride will honestly, not only will it separate you from a lot of people that might potentially help you, help you along your journey and help you along, whatever it is that you're going for, but it'll also, you'll also miss out on a lot of opportunities with just being too prideful. All right. Now, I could say this with confidence because I'm actually somebody who at one point had so much pride that I always missed opportunities. Like, I mean, opportunities were coming at me left and right, and I, because of all of the pride that I had, right, because of how cocky I was, I missed out on so much different opportunities, and I missed out on being potential business partners with so much different people that it's actually hurt me. And now that I've come a very long way from where I was, prior, and I can see the difference between having too much pride and being confident in what you're doing and being confident and whatnot. So I can fully attest, and I'll be the first person to tell you that having too much pride will do a lot more damage than it does good. A lot of people walk around extremely prideful. A lot of people walk around just thinking that they're the best at whatever they do, and it's not a good. I wouldn't look at you as you being a good business partner, or somebody that I would actually want to be around. If you are that much prideful in yourself, it's kind of like you're just extremely conceited, and you feel like you're just like the man or the woman or whatever the case is, and that really deters a lot of people, from hanging around you, or from doing something with you, coming together with you to work on a project or anything like that. Whatever the case may be, it's just going to deter a lot of people, simply because nobody wants to be around somebody that thinks they know it all. I've one thing that I've learned from one of my mentors. I have many different mentors in many different fields, but one thing that I learned from my business mentor, my entrepreneur mentor, is this. He said, if you're in a room and you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. All right. Now, when I first heard that from him, I was still in the all right, I'm really prideful, I'm really cocky stage of my life. So when he told me that, I looked at him and I said, why would I not want to be in that type of room? Why would I not want to be in a room where I'm the smartest person in the room? But then he told me, if you're the smartest person in the room, how are you going to be able to ever learn? Right? And then that I let that sink in. Like, that really sinked into my head, and then I started to realize, wow, he's absolutely right. If I'm the smartest person in the room, then there's no way I can learn from anybody else in the room, because I'm smarter than all of you, right? I'm smarter than them. But if I'm in a room where I am not the smartest person, then guess what? It's a lot more room for me to grow as a person, and it's a lot more room for me to learn from the people that's been through what it is that I'm chasing, and it's just gonna be a lot more beneficial for me in my business, rather than being in the smartest and being the smartest person in the room. It's just advantages and disadvantages to it, and I had to do things differently. I had to look. to like from the outside looking in, and I had to look at myself. I looked at myself in the mirror and I told myself, being prideful and being broke just don't go together. You don't want to be prideful and broke, right? Is not gonna work out for you. You got to choose one, right? You have to choose one. So I decided to choose to not be broke, and in order for me to not be broke, I had to not be as prideful as I was. Now, like I said, there's nothing wrong with being prideful. I'm extremely prideful of myself, but at the same time, I know when to shut up and listen. I know when to be a student, and I also know when to be a teacher. All right, so that's why just with everything that comes across me, there's different ways that I go about handling that situation. All right, and the reason why I can say this is because I've done, the things that I needed to do necessary for me to learn these things. I've been coachable. I've been listening to people, my mentors that have the lifestyle that I want. I've been listening to them, and I've been, taking tips, just taking notes on, how they present themselves. All right. And it's crazy because my mentors, right, they have all of this money, but you would never know. And that's one thing that I've learned from them that I would have never expected, and that's just because of them being humble. That's because of them being, having enough pride to not have to go out and splurge and get the most expensive clothes and drive the most expensive car, and they still do what they need to do. And guess what? They're still making 6 figures, 7 figures. And that's where I want to be at in my life. So in order for me to get there, I need to, be as humble as I possibly can. And I need to not allow pride, right, to get in the way of me basically doing something different or of me learning something. I needed to understand that, okay, it's okay to have a little bit of pride, but too much pride can hurt you in the long run. So, I made that decision a long time ago that I would much rather, turn my pride meter a little bit down, a little bit lower than what it is, rather than not having money in my pocket to do whatever I want, whenever I want, with that ability. So, just really quickly, I just wanted to, let you guys know it's okay to have pride. It's okay to believe in yourself. But once that belief, once you become cocky, once you become too prideful and become too cocky and too conceited, guess what? You now become the person that nobody wants to work with. And once you become that person, then guess what? You're going to become that person that doesn't have any money, right? And nobody wants to be the person that's broke, right? So guys, don't be too prideful, be humble, and learn to not talk and learn to just simply listen. And I promise you that is going to get you a very long way in life, no matter what it is that you do. All right, guys. So just a really quick, audio that I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully you found a lot of value in it. All right. And if you did, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, as well as share this with one person. It's always good to put at least one person in. That way they can see and hear things that they actually might need help with, but they don't know where to look. So by you just plugging them into my channel, they get to see different topics and they get to see different things, and then they get to hear, my input, and maybe my input might be the input that can actually save them and that can actually help them throughout, whatever obstacles that they got going on. All right. And also Instagram, guys, social media is huge. Guys, we're living in an era where social media is everything. Social media is basically what everybody's doing. So I'm not going to be on YouTube as much, right? But I'm always on social media. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have anything you want to hear, if you have any topics you want me to discuss, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. And my Instagram name is David__Augustin. And my Facebook name is simply David Augustin. All right. So guys, hope you take some advice, some really good advice. Hope you use it, to the best of your abilities. And I hope that just because of that little notch that you turned down in your pride meter, hopefully that actually pushes you a lot further in life and pushes you a lot more closer to your goals and everything like that, right? So guys, thank you. Apply what you learned, and I will see you at the top. Let's go.